Welcome back to the Human Centered Experience podcast. I'm your host, Hitesh. If you work in fintech, banking, or credit cards, I want you to be honest with yourself for a second. What is the real engine of your revenue? Is it your brilliant marketing? Is it that 2% cashback offer? Or is it just inertia? For 50 years, the credit card industry has relied on a silent, powerful truth. Humans are lazy optimizers. We forget to cancel subscriptions. We carry balances because we don't want to deal with the hassle of a balance transfer. We use the card at the top of our wallet purely out of muscle memory, even if a different card would give us more points. Consumer inertia has been the moat protecting the industry's margins. But I'm recording this in 2026 to tell you one thing: that era is over. We are staring down the barrel of three converging forces that are going to dismantle the inertia economy. Number one is the agentic AI, bots that don't just chat, but act and optimize ruthlessly. Number two is a K shaped economic squeeze, which is forcing consumers to squeeze every penny. And number three, a crisis of trust, where proving you're human is becoming a luxury service. Today, we're going to walk through exactly why the points and perks game is dead and discuss three specific actionable CX strategies to survive when your customer is no longer human but a machine. Let's dive in. So let's unpack the threats. And I don't mean competition from other banks. I mean existential threats to the business model itself. Threat number one is machine-to-machine interactions. Now, you've heard me talking about this in my previous podcasts. You've heard of agentic AI, but let's look at what it actually does to a credit card profit and loss. Right now, you're betting that your customer won't spend 3 hours researching the best exchange rate for their trip to Europe. And you're right, they won't. But the agent will, and it will do it in 3 milliseconds. Imagine a world that is already here, by the way, where a consumer's personal AI manages their wallet. This agent detects a purchase is about to happen, scans every card in user's digital wallet, calculates the real time rewards value, checks the interest rate, and swaps the default payment method instantly. If your card isn't the absolute mathematical best option for that specific transaction, you don't just lose top of wallet status, you become invisible. You lose the transaction volume. This is machine to machine interaction. It kills the margin you made from consumer inefficiency. Threat number two, the K shaped consumer economy. We are looking at a brutal economic divide. On one side, you have the affluent, spending is high, travel and luxury markets are booming. On the other side, you have the majority. We are seeing record credit debt over $1.2 trillion. The challenge here isn't just people are broke. The challenge is silent attrition. When a customer gets stressed today, they don't call you, they ghost you. They move to a buy now, pay later or BNPL provider that offers free forgiveness. They find a fintech that promises no late fees. If your CX strategy for distressed customers is wait for them to miss a payment and then call collections, you've already lost. Threat number three, the trust crisis. Deepfakes, synthetic identities, the fraud landscape is terrifying. But here is the CX paradox. To stop fraud, banks are adding friction. Verify it's you, send a code, scan your face. But agentic AI removes friction. So you have a collision course. The consumer wants their AI to handle everything seamlessly, but your fraud team is throwing up roadblocks because they can't tell if the AI is legitimate or a thief. If you block a legitimate transaction because it looked like a bot, the customer leaves. If you let a bot through and it's fraud, you lose money. So that's the scary part. The inertia is gone. The machines are optimizing. The fraudsters are scaling. How do you fight back? Now, you cannot fight this with better ads. You cannot fight this with a slightly cooler metal card. You have to fight it with strategy. Here are 3 possible solutions I want you to think about. Now, solution 1 is pivot to agent-ready CX, or as I call it, the B to A shift or the business to agent shift. Historically, your customer experience was designed for human eyeballs. Pretty apps, nice colors, easy to read statements. But if the decision maker is now an AI agent, your CX needs to be machine readable. You need to expose your loyalty and benefits via APIs that a consumer bot can digest. On tactical level, it'll be about how we build dynamic and agent-ready benefit injection. Imagine a consumer's AI is booking a flight. It queries your bank's API. My user is spending $500 on travel. What options do you have? Credit card system needs to reply in real time. If they use their Sapphire card, we will inject a 5% cashback bonus and free lounge access for this specific transaction. Now the AI sees the math, likes the math, and selects your card. Key point here is you have to win the algorithm to win the customer. If your benefits are hidden in a PDF terms and conditions document, you're invisible to the agent. Solution 2, preemptive financial empathy. This addresses the economic threat. Stop treating collections as a separate department from customer experience. If you wait until a customer is 30 days late, the relationship is already damaged. The shame factor sets in. They stop opening your app. Action from your side is to use your internal AI to predict stress before the missed payment. Look for the signals such as if they are only paying the minimum, did their grocery spend spike? Trigger a next best experience intervention. Send a notification that says, hey, it looks like a heavy expense month. Do you want to skip this month's payment for a small flat fee? Or convert this large hospital bill into a 6-month installment plan. Key takeaway here is you can solve the anxiety before it becomes a delinquency. Stop being a debt collector and start being a partner. An AI agent can optimize math, but it cannot offer empathy. That is your human bridge. Now, let's look at the solution number 3. Identity as the ultimate service. This is your play against the trust crisis. Banks have one thing fintechs and social media companies don't: a verified identity. You know who I am. You have my passport, my SSN, my credit history. Stop thinking of the credit card as just a payment gateway. Think of it as a trust anchor. Offer a service called Verified Human. Let your customers use their banking app authentication to log into other high-risk services. Prompts may look like, log into Airbnb with your bank ID, or verify your dating profile with your bank ID. This makes your app indispensable. Even if I pay with a different card, I need your app to prove I exist. You own the trust layer of my digital life. Now, we've covered a lot of ground today. To summarize, the credit card industry is shifting from a game of passive extraction, relying on fees and inertia, to active utility. The winners of the next 5 years won't be the banks with the biggest sign-up bonuses. They'll be the banks that can answer 2 questions. 1, is my value proposition clear enough for a machine to understand? And 2, is my emotional connection strong enough for a human to stay? You need to do both. You need agent-ready APIs for the bots and preemptive empathy for the humans. Thanks for listening to my podcast. If you found this insightful, please subscribe, share, and check out my recent article on this topic on LinkedIn. As always, feel free to get in touch with me with comments, suggestions, and ideas. I'm Hitesh, and I'll see you next time.